This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Fillard. In this week's broadcast, first Hispanic Youth Congress held in our conference, BA encourages entrepreneurship, and tourism speech competition. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. 10 years ago, a few Spanish-speaking youth evangelists traveled to the Bahamas to participate in a missionary endeavor that would have a significant impact on the conference. Out of this effort, the La Senda de la Vida Church was formed. Today, the church has grown tremendously, and this past weekend, it was a site of another historic event in the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. From May 5th through the 7th, dozens of Seventh-day Adventist youth in Nassau, Bahamas, attended the La Senda de la Vida Church for the conference's first Hispanic Youth Congress. When deciding on the speaker for the event, the youth department invited a special guest who has a personal connection to La Senda de la Vida Church. Pastor Abdi Gonzalez, who is currently serving in Mexico, was one of the individuals involved in the 2013 initiative that involved the church's planting.
We're celebrating 10 years since the 100 Student Church Planting Movement project from the Inter-American Division, where university students from the Montemorelos University came to Nassau, Bahamas to plant the first Spanish church. Of course, it's now called La Senda de la Vida. And it's a church that is now a part of the Sisterhood of Churches. And we brought those students and they did community service among the Hispanic community. They did health lectures. They did a preaching sermon for adults and VBS for the children. And as a result, we had baptisms. I think we had 7 baptisms then. And as a result, the church has been planted and it has grown to include cultures from Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Cuba, Panama, Venezuela, and Mexico.
Hace 10 años, la División Interamericana lanzó el proyecto 100 estudiantes estableciendo iglesias. Nuestra misión, establecer la primera iglesia hispana en las Bahamas. Aquí estamos, 10 años después, celebrando el primer congreso hispano juvenil en esa isla. Y sigue luchando, sigue conquistando territorio, sigue ganando almas para Cristo Jesús.
Under the theme Dame Fe, translated as Give Me Faith, the weekend focused on different ways young people can strengthen their faith as they face everyday trials while being a witness to others.
Dame Fe tiene el propósito de recordar la importancia de ella en la vida de los jóvenes, para que su fe aumente, para que juntos a través del Espíritu Santo podamos conquistar almas y llevar a otros a los pies de Jesús. Esa es nuestra misión. Para eso tenemos que estar listos, pedirle a Dios, dame fe, para poder hacer el trabajo que tú me has encomendado, para poder hacer lo que Él está pidiendo en mi vida. Necesito pedirle a Dios, dame fe, fortalece esa fe. Y llévame contigo, no me sueltes, para que entonces Dios pueda obrar a través de cada uno de nosotros.
During the Friday evening service, members and guests enjoyed a panel discussion with Pastors Jamal Franklin, Pastor Abdi, and Pastor Duffus, along with their wives. The Sabbath morning program was filled with lots of praise as church members and community members worshipped in Spanish. President of the South Bahamas Conference, Pastor Kenny DeVoe, thanked the youth department for creating a positive impact within the Spanish community of our country. The service included music, a drama presentation by La Senda de la Vida Youth, as well as a club induction led by South Bahamas Conference Youth Director, Pastor Franklin. This was the first Pathfinder induction held for the church and was supported by Pathfinders, Master Guides, and youth leaders from around the conference. The Youth Congress also witnessed a new believer stand for Christ. During Pastor Abdi's charge, he reminded the congregation that God can and is doing the impossible every day. He can use us despite our faith to show us how far we can grow.
Es esa parte cuando nosotros entendemos que Dios hace lo que nosotros no podemos.
And that is how we understand that what is impossible with men is possible with God.
Amen. Él hace lo que yo no quería hacer.
God is able to do what I don't know want to do.
Él hizo lo que yo no sabía cómo hacer.
And God made it possible because I didn't know what to do.
Dios nos ha llamado a crear puentes hacia las personas.
God is calling us to be the bridge to make people, to bring people to Jesus.
Elder Osvaldo Rodriguez Bueno, who was baptized during Pastor Abdi's first trip to the Bahamas, presented a gift to the pastor and his wife on behalf of the church and the youth department. The Congress concluded with an evening of songs of praise as youth groups from our churches lifted their voices in English and Spanish. Pastor Franklin shared the importance of programs such as this one in our conference.
Our strategic plan for this period is elevate mission, media, and mentorship. And one of the things you are going to see in the youth department is incorporating the languages that cooperate the cultures in our conference featured on our youth programs. That is Haitian Creole, French, and Spanish, and English, so that we can create a culture of mission and equipping our Bahamas Academy students, our youth, our pathfinders, our adventurers, for mission. We want them to be able to have those languages so that they can be able to go anywhere where God calls them to go and say, I will go equipped to serve the mission field. And locally, we have a lot of cultures that need to be reached for Jesus. And so we're going to be reaching our cultures in the Bahamas for the mission of Christ, and also going abroad in some mission projects coming up very soon for Christ.
Bahamas Academy's business pitch competition showcased many intuitive and business-minded students at the school on April 21st. Out of the competition, which was coined Star Chamber, emerged 7 budding entrepreneurs. From health and beauty products to tasty desserts, each contestant was given the opportunity to present their business to the judge. Elroy Bryan received first place for his business, King's Cakes. We say congratulations to all of the contestants for a job well done, and to the business department for their hard work and vision to prepare such platforms for the students to shine in various ways. And our newsreel for this week comes from our education department. The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation recently held its 19th annual speech competition, where Grand Bahamas Academy student Layla Lethan was named the Junior Minister of Tourism 2023. From the South Bahamas Conference, Kezia Johnson of the Eleuthera District won second place. We say congratulations to these students as they continue to allow God to let them shine. After this commercial break, we will have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. I want to welcome you to this year 2023 IADASI Convention in the beautiful island of Jamaica in the area of Montego Bay, August 16th through the 19th. You are welcome to join us, the Bahamas chapter, as we travel there. Won't you join us as we go to this exciting convention to learn more about Christ and sharing Christ in the marketplace? Come with us as we journey to Jamaica.
And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, the South Bahamas Conference invites all church and school board members, children's ministries leaders, youth ministries leaders, school administrators, and lay volunteers to its risk management seminars with Rocio Roberts, account executive at Adventist Risk Management. Presentations will cover child protection, pathfinder and activity accidents, property risk, general liability, and volunteer labor. The seminars will be in person on May 20th through the 21st at 6 p.m. at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church and via Zoom at the ID code 937-1732-4158 with the passcode being RISK23. Adventurer Day will be held on May 20th, 2023. There will be a joint afternoon service held at the Good News Church at 5 p.m. Stay tuned for more on the list of Adventurer Awards to be completed. It promises to be insightfully engaging. The Breath of Life Church Health Ministries Department will be hosting an all-day health event on May 20th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. under the theme Empowering and Encouraging Each Other to Make Healthy Choices. All are invited to hear the dynamic speakers and participate in health screenings, Bible trivia, and so much more. Join us for the South Bahamas Conference 2023 convention from May 26th through the 28th. Under the theme, Empowered by Christ, I Will Go. This year's convention promises to be a transformative experience. The guest speaker will be Dr. R. Clifford Jones, Dean of Theology at Oakwood University. The Friday and Sunday services will be held at the Hillview Church from 7 p.m. through 9 p.m. The Sabbath service will be held at the Bahamas Convention Center beginning at 9 a.m. Children and Adolescent Ministries Department invites all children and preteens to the Charm Convention service. This will also be held at the Bahamas Convention Center beginning at 9 a.m. The Youth Department will be hosting a joint AY service at the Hillview Church for the convention weekend. Come prepared to be engaged as our youth lead out in this special service. And the Inter-American Division's ASI Convention will be held in Montego Bay, Jamaica from August 16th through the 23rd. All persons interested in going are asked to call 556-0492 or email the Bahamas ASI chapter at asibahamas242@gmail.com. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, read the weekly logos, as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
The prostate is a walnut-shaped gland found only in men. Its function is to produce seminal fluids which nourishes and transports sperm. Prostate cancer is the uncontrollable growth of cancer cells in the gland. Almost all cancers of the prostate are malignant tumors formed from structures in the epithelial tissue, meaning that most cases of prostate cancer are very serious and harmful. Some prostate cancers can grow and spread rapidly, but most grow slowly. Factors such as age, race, and family history can increase a man's risk of having prostate cancer. At the age of 50, your risk of having prostate cancer increases. According to Cancer.net, more than 80% of prostate cancers are diagnosed in men 65 and older. Black men are more likely to have prostate cancer rather than white men. They are also at a higher risk of developing prostate cancer at an earlier age and also have tumors that are more aggressive and grow more quickly. Familial prostate cancer is when prostate cancer is inherited through the family. This is said to occur only 20% of the time. Signs of prostate cancer are burning or pain during urination, loss of bladder control, and blood in urine. Treatments include radiation therapy, surgery, and chemotherapy. If you want to reduce the risk of prostate cancer, the Mayo Clinic suggests that you consider trying 1. A low-fat diet. 2. Eat more fat from plants than from animals. 3. Increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you eat each day. 4. Eat fish. 5. Reduce the amount of dairy products you eat each day. This has been Carl Kemp with your health tips, courtesy of the Adventist television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
The Peruvian Congressman Juan Bartolomé Burgos presented the bill number 4610/2023-CR, which establishes in Peru the Sabbath as a non-working day in favor of the public and private workers who keep this day according to the Fourth Commandment. Burgos highlighted that he knew cases of people who were not allowed to keep Sabbath and had to lose their job and/or resign for their loyalty. The Christians in Peru are summoned to pray for the proposed law and the work of the legislator.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email us your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of our Adventist news along with other programming and to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out, and always remember to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station Word SBC 88.3 FM and our Adventist television channel ATV 658 to get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news there. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure bringing you tonight's news update. I'm Sally Fullord for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.